See if you come through that gate, taking you out. No, the record I have in front of me says that her driving permit, she's valid. Well, you look confused. You don't think you're valid? Court calls the case, People versus Peggy Watson.
All right, so on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Hello.
How you doing?
I think I'm doing okay.
Sorry, Your Honor. Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate and on behalf of Ms. Watson. Your Honor, there is a resolution in this matter. Ms. Watson does have a temporary instructional permit she does have it with her. I would respectfully request permission to go into the gallery to get that instructional permit to show to Mr. Siller. I believe due to the storm in my service, my email was not sending with a picture of proof of that, unless the court has it in their record and can confirm.
When did you get your permit?
I got it.
Beginning of May, like May 10th?
I didn't. He got it right there.
Oh, he's with you?
I already got it.
He's with you?
Yes.
He's with you?
Yes.
I liked you until about now then. No. Is it May 10th?
Lisa. Oh.
Miss Perny, was it May 10th?
March 22nd it was issued.
Because I'm just going to tell you, I have her license as valid. She's valid.
I got a permit.
Are you sure? Hang on, let me make sure. Van Buren Township? That's where you live? Van Buren Township, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
See if you come through that gate, taking you out. No, the record I have in front of me says that her driving permit, she's valid. Well, you look confused. You don't think you're valid? I have that they issued you a license. Oh, it might be, okay. That's fair. Well, I don't know. It might be. Did you have a state ID?
I have one. I had one, but I sent out for another. I had to do another one because I lost the other one.
She has a valid permit. I can see it now. Yes, she has a permit. She does.
Thank you, Your Honor. To that end, I have discussed this matter with Ms. Watson, and she would like to accept the offer by the prosecution of accepting responsibility for double parking.
That's correct, Your Honor. So you had come to double parking, and if you accept it, you just missed the original charge.
That took a long time to get there. You admit responsibility to the fact that on or about March 13th, 2024, at the location of Carpenter Road in Pittsfield Township, that you double parked a motor vehicle.
Yes.
Court will accept that admission. Fines and cost of $180. When do you think you can get that paid?
Can I pay that on the first? That's okay.
What, you get a check on the first? Is that your deal?
That I could pay that on the first of July.
You get a check on the first? Is that your only income?
Yes,
That-
now. I just retired.
You did from where?
I get Social Security.
You get, so
Yes, sir.
how much do you get a month? About?
I get right now, I just get 800, I'm sorry.
800 a month?
74 for right now, but I guess it's supposed to go when I turn 65, which is this month. Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Waive the fines and costs in their entirety. You have a great day, man.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Your
you,
Honor.
sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Court calls the case, People versus Anthony Johnson.
And so on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Kearney on behalf of Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
On there? I do.
Anthony
got it.
Anthony Jerome Johnson.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Mr. Johnson believes his license is valid. We're wondering if you run it.
I do not have a valid license on this. When did you get the license? you think?
Well, I've been had my license. This ticket thing, I didn't know that they were suspended. So I got this ticket and they
And
said
we,
I owed them. I'm
He had
sorry.
a judgment that against him that suspended his license. He started making payments on it, and the attorney or court told him that they sent that to Secretary of State to lift that suspension. Because
When did they do that?
They gave me the paper. I sent it in on the 21st. So I know it takes a minute
Okay,
to go
hang
through
on.
the system.
You're running it now. All right, hang on. Let me just see if I have an old one or not. I'm still showing it as suspended because of that.
Okay.
All right, I'll
Well,
adjourn
that's
it
kind
out.
of weird.
So what I'll do is I'll adjourn this out to June 26, 2024 at 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates. Okay?
Okay. I'm calling them to see why it's not. Why it's
Okay.
not.
All right, real good. And hopefully next time it'll be all set.
Yes, I'm coming into court next time.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Court calls case People versus Mercedes Mullins.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Miss Mullins. Miss Mullins, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Mercedes Mullins.
Okay, I got it. What are we doing?
Your Honor, we have not had a chance to get in touch with Miss Mullins. I'd ask for an adjournment so I can speak with her.
I'll adjourn this matter to July 3rd, 2024, 9 a.m. Ms. Mullins, contact the Public Defender's Office.
Okay, can I get the number, please?
Sure. Area code 734.
Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry.
Okay.
734. Isn't it
222.
in the last 4 digits?
6970.
6970. Thank you so
All right,
much.
make
Your
sure
Honor.
to give them your name, a valid email address, and a good phone number.
Okay, no problem, Your Honor.
All righty, thank you. Court calls the case of People versus Halaru Nayaya.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Nayaya. Please state your name for the record.
Yes, my name is Haliru Nayaya.
Okay. What are we doing?
Mr. Nayaya has registered his vehicle. So Mr. Stiller has extended an offer to for Mr. Nayaya to admit responsibility to double parking.
That's correct.
And that's what you'd like to do today?
Yeah.
And if you accept that, I move to dismiss the original charge.
So you admit responsibility to the fact that on April 19, 2024, Packard Road, Pittsfield Township,
Yes, sir.
that you double parked a motor vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Court will accept that admission. Fines and cost of $180.
On that point, Your Honor, if I may. Mr. Nayaya would ask the court to consider waiving or reducing that fine. He's in a tight financial situation right now. To get his car out of towing for this case, it cost him $400. Then he had to pay all the necessary things to register the vehicle. He recently came back from Africa, where your family is, correct?
Yeah.
So he's in a tight financial situation. He would ask for the court's consideration.
$180, pay it by October 31st.
That seems like a good middle ground. October
Thank you.
31st.
That's my expertise. Pay it by October 31st. Okay? Give you a few months to recuperate, get it paid. All right? Thank you. Before I get to the other questions, is that on that same date of April 22nd, 2024, that you did possess drug paraphernalia? You understand that charge, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $500 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The question that I have for you on both of these cases is, do you want to be represented by an attorney?
Yes, Your Honor.
These are public defender cases.
And Public Defender Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Yama, we waive any further reading, stand mute, and ask for pre-trial date.
Pending having waived formal reading, standing mute in both of these cases, court will enter a not guilty plea. Pre-trial in these cases will be adjourned to June 26th. 2024, 9 a.m. With reference to bond, I will set bond in each of these cases in the amount of $5,000 personal recognizance. In both cases, I'll order standard conditions, including no assault behavior or possession of any weapons.
Your Honor, can I ask for one additional condition?
Yeah, hang on one second. Let me just finish the standard ones. I'll also order no alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal drugs. And yes, Mr. Siller has to
Your
addition.
Honor, this was a very dangerous situation. The officer who responded to the scene had to be administered Narcan for the substances possessed by the defendant. So someone could have died here. Maybe the defendant unknowingly, or the officer who is required to have Narcan administered to him. I think the defendant should have to report for some kind of drug testing to make sure he's not in consuming dangerous substances that are not prescribed. I mean, thankfully, the officer was not injured, but this could have ended up differently.
Yes. All right. I will order that the defendant report to community corrections for 2 times per week testing. We'll take a look at it. 2 times per week urine testing. He is to report to the Department of Community Corrections within 24 hours.
If I may, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I'm currently in a treatment program at
Then you need to send that. Then you need to send that to your attorneys.
Okay.
To let them know, and then they can get to the court. But I'm ordering the testing.
Okay.
You would treatment.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Where are you? Where is your treatment?
I am at Therapeutics on Washtenaw.
On Washtenaw Avenue?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that'd be easy enough for them to check. All right, you need to contact the public defender's office so you can try to make sure to get in contact with your attorneys, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, please call our office today so that we can give you further instructions.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you need that number?
Yes, that would be great.
Area code 734. 222.
Yes.
6970.
Perfect. And I can give that a call now?
Sure, they're there.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay. Court calls the case, People versus Lynette Smith.
Conrad Siller on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Miss Smith. If I may, Your Honor. She said she was confident. We saw everything.
You might want to mute the microphone unless you don't care.
I believe Miss Smith has a valid license.
What? Let's see.
This is not a
Oh,
it's a different charge, right?
Yeah, it is.
Responsibility to dump parking. Like,
yes, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir, Jordan.
should I move that count to Your Honor? Of course, if you accept it, I would dismiss the original charge.
No, he's out there, so I'm filling him. So you can't drop the list. I think.
You admit responsibility to the fact that on July 2nd, 2017, Ellsworth Road, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, they double parked a motor vehicle.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept that admission to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Fines and cost of $180. When can you get that paid?
She said a week. She was gonna give me a week or whenever you.
What? Who said that?
The original public defender that I met with earlier today.
Said they get you a week to pay?
Yes. We had it all written down and everything. She talked about it and everything. There she is.
That one?
Yes,
A week?
a week. Yes.
Okay, young lady, how much time do you need to get it paid?
I mean, I can pay it today, but I didn't know.
Who are you looking at right there?
The original.
Who are you looking at? Who are you looking at? Who is that?
Who? The public defender.
No, the one you were sitting with.
Oh, that's my father, my dad.
They're your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew that. Because see, I have a daughter too. And so whenever somebody's asking for money, You look back at dad. No, yes, you were. Yes, you were. You were looking back at dad like, help me. And bless his heart, he didn't like turn around and look the other way because that's what I would have done. Okay, young lady, when can you get it paid? Don't worry. I know they told you the week. Just tell me when you can get it done.
Today,
When?
now, today, after I leave.
Hold it. Is that your money or dad?
Mine.
Is it? Okay, then I'll take it today. I didn't want to take dad's money. I understand that pain. Look, young lady, get it paid by Friday, okay?
Okay.
All right, take care. You're welcome, sir. You tell that. I could tell that. Dad. What you say? No. No. No, you just come to the counter. We'll take your money. Court calls the case of the people versus LaDisha Thomas.
Conrad Silver on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
Hi.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate on behalf of Ms. Thomas, who should be present via Zoom. Ms. Thomas, can you please turn on your camera, unmute, and state your name for the record?
LaDasia Thomas.
All right, what are we doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. There is a resolution in this matter to which Ms. Thomas will be pleading guilty as charged under HIDA.
I've been given her age, she needs prosecution, and I do give my consent.
Young lady, please raise your right hand.
I can't. Hello?
Hello?
Okay. I can hear you now.
Okay. You got your hand up? Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I'm sorry, you're really low.
Can you hear me now?
That's better. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. State your name for the record.
LaDasia Thomas.
All right. You can put your hand down. Ma'am, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of retail fraud under the Pittsfield Township Ordinance. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days and a $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Understanding that, still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yes.
Of your own free will?
Yes.
And because you believe that you are indeed guilty?
Yes.
On or about December 23rd, 2021, at the location of 3825 Carpenter Road, Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, what'd you do at the Meijer store that makes you think that you're guilty?
Attempted to take some items without.
Without paying for them?
Yes.
All right. Was the store open to the public at the time?
Yes.
Did you have anybody's permission for Myers to take that property?
No.
And this property that you tried to take, was it property that was offered for sale by Meyer?
Yes.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to this offense. Defendant is referred to probation for a pre-sentence investigation and report. Sentencing in this matter will be July 10th, 2024. 9 a.m. or as your Zoom invite indicates. All right, Ms. Thomas, I'll need you to wait online a little bit. We're going to put you into a breakout room with probation intake, get the sentencing process started, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
No
Thank you, Your
problem.
Honor. Thank you, Ms. Thomas.
Court calls the case, People versus Nelisha White.
All right, so on behalf of Pittsfield Township,
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Ms. White. Ms. White, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Nelisha White.
All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, Ms. White is going to plead to an added count 2 of 257.326.
Your Honor, I move that count 2 of 57. You accept that guilty plea?
And please raise your right hand. Yeah, the other right hand. There you go. Do you-
Make the whole day without that
Yeah,
happening.
I know. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name again for the record, please.
Nelisha White.
All right, ma'am, you can put your hand down. It's this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of allowing an ineligible driver to operate a motor vehicle. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days in jail, $100 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, sir.
Because of that, you're also giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent and not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, sir.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, sir.
You're doing this voluntarily
Yes, sir.
of your own free will
Yes.
and because you believe that you are indeed guilty of this offense?
Yes, sir.
September 30th, 2023, at the location of Packard Road in Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan. Did you have custody or control of a motor vehicle?
Yes.
Did you allow someone who was otherwise ineligible, maybe including yourself, to operate that motor vehicle?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, have I complied with the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Ma'am, anything you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
No, sir.
Your Honor, I will say on behalf of Ms. White, if I may,
Fine.
she is before this court for an eviction. So she is dealing with some significant financial stressors. Her brother also recently passed away, and she has been working diligently to make sure that he has the proper send-off that he deserves, in coordination with her family in Jackson. So she has had a significant financial stressors.
You've got an eviction case before me now?
Yes, I just saw you last week on Thursday.
Oh, on Friday.
Friday, yes, sir.
Okay, remind me, what did we do with that?
I told you I could try to make a payment of $1,300 on the 12th, and then the attorney told me if I paid both my rents by the 21st, then I was okay.
Okay, I mean, I know we're not on that case, but is that looking like something you're gonna be able to do?
Yes, like I said, I get paid on the 12th, and then my daughter gets paid that following week.
Oh, I remember now. Okay,
Yes, sir.
I remember. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so let's do this. That's gonna clear you on your rent case. That will clear you for June. Is
Yep,
that how we're
June.
trying to? Court calls the case, People versus Zachary DeVore.
Your Honor, so on behalf of Pittsfield Township,
Your Honor, Joe Simon on behalf of Mr. DeVore. Mr. DeVore, will you state your name?
Zachary DeVore.
Thank you. All right, what are we doing?
Your Honor, we've, Mr. Simon and I discussed this case several times. I believe the defendant is going to plead guilty to an added count 2 of operating while visibly impaired. If you accept that, I move to dismiss the original charge.
That's our understanding, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Sir, can you please raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
State your name for the record.
Zachary Benjamin DeVore.
Excuse me. Sir, it's of course understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of operating while visibly impaired. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 93 days in jail, up to a $300 fine plus court costs. The court could order any rehabilitative services or community service the court deems necessary. Court could also order your vehicle immobilized. Court order you to pay the cost of the prosecution as well as the cost of any emergency governmental services. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding that, you still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses to speak for you at trial or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to you're giving up your right to be a witness for yourself or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
No, just there was a bond from the court that I've been doing testing for 3 times a day, sir.
Right. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
Of your own free will?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because you believe that you are indeed guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
April 5th, 2024, at the location of Washington Avenue in Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, were you operating a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Prior to operating that motor vehicle, did you consume intoxicating liquor?
Yes, Your Honor.
What'd you have and how much?
I had about 4 to 6 beers.
Okay, were you stopped by the police or was there an accident?
I was stopped by the police after traveling 9 miles over the speed limit in the left lane heading towards Ypsilanti from Ann Arbor.
Okay. Were you ultimately arrested?
After my blow test, yes, sir.
Well, you were arrested and then you went to the hospital for a blood test?
I did not go to the hospital, sir.
Okay, so there was an intoxilizer?
Yes.
All right, and what were the results?
Your Honor, there were 3 because there was a disagreement. 0.167, 0.191, 0.187.
All right. Sir, you have any reason to dispute any of those test results?
No, sir.
Taking everything into consideration on that date and at that time, do you believe that your ability to operate that motor vehicle was visibly impaired due to your consumption of alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have I complied with the court rule? Would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Defendant is referred to Von Swartz for alcohol screening and assessment and the victim's impact panel. Sentencing in this matter will be July 10th, 2024, 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates.
Your Honor,
all right.
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. My client's in Georgia right now for the summer, as you probably know, because you signed the order to allow him to be. And he's happy to attend his sentencing, if the court will permit, by Zoom in July. But he's coming back in August, probably toward the end of August, because he's going to be moving back here. He was only in Georgia for the summer. So whatever, just want to call that to the court's attention.
August. What is my August? Probably give me the second one.
August 28th at 9.
28. That'd be trial way. So you think it's the 28th? All right. Sentencing August 28th, 2024, 9 a.m.
In person.
In person. I have a bond violation report.
address?
I don't know if you've seen it.
If it's the dates in May, yes, Your Honor, I have seen it, and my client and I have discussed it, and I can offer some explanation, no excuse.
What's the explanation?
My client's a server, Your Honor. He worked at the Brown Jug and other place downtown, and had hours that he was trying to pack in before the move so he could make as much money as he could. He was coming home at roughly 3:30 in the morning every morning, and he overslept on a few occasions. You'll see that, and that's not an excuse. He knows his obligations, and you'll see that within like 30 minutes, he submitted negative tests. He also ETG'd and it was negative. After his move and he's got more stable times, he hasn't had a miss, and he's testing 3 times a day.
What I will do is I'll indicate no more missed tests. Do you understand that, young man?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. No excuses.
All right, bond will continue. Thank you. Thank you. Court calls the case of the People versus Noah Vermiglio Sementanca.
Conrad Soder on behalf of Pittsfield Township.
And good afternoon, Your Honor. Josh. I apologize. Your Honor, Joshua Kaplan on behalf of Mr. Noah Vermiglio Smetanka. Noah, will you state your name for the record since we all butcher it?
Noah Vermiglio Smetanka.
Your Honor,
exactly what I said.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard.
Today's date and time set for a pre-trial, Your Honor. We have talked to people.
Has he been arraigned? This is actually an arraignment and pretrial. So you wait formal reading, stand mute.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, defendant never wait formal reading, standing mute. Court will enter not guilty plea. All right, go ahead. As to the pretrial.
Yep, Your Honor. I believe the people are offering allow an unlicensed driver to drive. My client wishes to enter into that plea.
He doesn't have a way of clearing anything, or
he is suspended until February of 2025 at this time from Secretary of State.
So if he takes this one, he doesn't.
He does not get any further.
He doesn't get any further suspension.
Yeah, okay. Exactly.
That's the benefit. That's the benefit. Yeah. So, Your Honor, I move to add count 2 of MCL 257.326. You accept that guilty plea. I move to dismiss the original charge.
All right. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. State your name again, please, sir.
Noah Vermiglio Smetanka.
All right. Sir, it's this court's understanding. You can put your hand down. It's this court's understanding that you're going to be pleading guilty to the charge of allowing an ineligible driver to operate a motor vehicle. That's a misdemeanor, punishable by up to 90 days in jail, $100 fine, $100 fine plus court costs. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
And to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because of that, you're giving up certain rights. You're giving up your right to call witnesses, to speak for you at trial, or to have this court compel their attendance. You're giving up your right to see, hear, and question all witnesses against you at trial. You're also giving up your right to be a witness for yourself, or to remain silent, not have that silence used against you. And you're giving up your right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand all of that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you on probation or parole?
I'm not, no.
Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Anybody threaten you or coerce you?
No, Your Honor.
You're doing this voluntarily?
Yes.
Of your own free will?
Yes.
And because you believe that you're guilty of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
On April 27, 2024, at the location of Carpenter Road in Pittsfield Township, Washington County, State of Michigan, did you have custody or control of a motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you allow someone who is otherwise ineligible, maybe inclusive of yourself, to operate that motor vehicle?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have I complied with the court?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have, Your Honor.
All right, court will accept the defendant's plea to count 2. Count 1 is dismissed. Anything you or your attorney want to say before I impose sentence?
Your Honor, just that in January, my client was on a restricted license with Secretary of State. He picked up an obstructed vision ticket and pled responsible to it, not realizing that it carried with the 2 points. That's what led to his suspension. He understands that he can't get anything on his record until February of 2025. He takes responsibility for his actions that led to this case, and we're just requesting fines and costs.
All right. Fines and costs of $250. I'll suspend 90 days in jail. When can you get that paid, young man?
I can pay that today.
Today? All right.
Yeah,
Here's what
I heard
I'm
what you
going to
said.
tell you to do. The file
Tomorrow.
won't get down today. So pay it by this Friday.
Okay, will do.
Okay. And what you can do, since you're young enough, you'll figure this out. There's a QR code on the screen.
Yep, I
If
got
you
it.
if you use that QR code, download it. It'll take you right to the payment site. You can get it paid.
Cool, thank you.
Court does call the case. People versus Thomas Resto.
Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf, Natalie Pate with and on behalf of Mr. Rastel, who stands to my right. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Thomas Rastel.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we respectfully request to set this matter for final settlement conference.
All right.
I would request August.
The August date. Jury final settlement conference in this matter will be set for August 9th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Jury selection, if necessary, August 12th, 2024 at 8:30. Both of those proceedings are in person. Defendant's bond will continue with its conditions. Court calls the case, People versus William Weimer or Wimmer. I'm not sure if I got that right.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate for Mr. Weimer. Please say your name for the record, sir.
It's William Wimmer, actually.
Wimmer, see, I
Swim without the S.
got it. Okay, see, if you just told us that, we would have been through this. All right, what are we doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. We are respectfully requesting around a 3-week adjournment for further investigation into this matter.
Looking at it, you didn't come from up north.
No, I came from Charlotte. It's closer to Lansing-ish.
Yeah, but that's north of here.
Okay.
Everything's north of here, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you're right, because that's not up north, but okay. All right. You want the 26th or July 2nd?
July 2nd should give us enough time to resolve this matter, Your Honor.
All right. July, really? So all day. You've been giving me the wrong day.
No, you've been saying July 3rd.
No, you gave me the wrong day. You want to sit out here and fight with me now?
Yes.
You do? Really? All right. I'm just going to pick my own day. It'll be July 3rd, 2024, 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates, bond will continue with its conditions. All right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case, People versus Justin Park.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender, Law Attorney on behalf of Mr. Parton. Mr. Parton, can you unmute and state your name for the record, please?
Justin Pardon.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I'm asking for an adjournment. Mr. Parton has a couple felonies that are pending and we're trying to roll everything together.
You have dates on the felonies when are those up?
Are you back in the circuit court on the 20th, Mr. Parton? Does that sound right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
adjourn it to July 3rd, 2024, 9 a.m. or as your invite indicates. Okay? Thank you, Mr. Pardon. Court calls the case, People versus Jermaine Phillips.
On behalf of the people. Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate for Mr. Phillips, who is present via Zoom. Sir, can you please unmute and state your name for the record?
He is on mute. Mr. Phillips, can you hear us? We can't hear him.
Can you hear me?
Now we can. Now we can. We got you. All right. You probably need to stay stationary. You got a good signal right where you are. Stay right there. All right. What are we doing?
All right.
Your Honor, we are just respectfully requesting a brief adjournment of this matter.
All right. I'm going to adjourn your case to July 3rd. Okay.
Okay.
2024, 9 a.m. Thank you, Mr. Phillips.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips. You can log off now.
Court calls the case, People versus Angel Valdez.
Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people. Assistant Public Defender Natalie Pate for Mr. Valdez, who is present via Zoom. Please state your name for the record, sir.
Angel Valdez.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are respectfully requesting one final adjournment of this pretrial. I believe we are close to a resolution based on my discussions with the client.
Okay. Told me that the last 4 times. Never mind. I'll adjourn it July 3rd, 2024 at 9 a.m. All right, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.